In a world going fully electric, in a world where every supercar is becoming a computer with wheels, in a world where horsepower numbers are getting replaced by kilowatt ratings and artificial engine sounds pumped through speakers, there is still one car. One legendary, iconic, spine-tingling machine that refuses to let go of what driving was always supposed to feel like. The 2026 Porsche 911 Turbo S. Welcome back to UC Car Review, and today we are doing the most requested review in the history of this channel. Full walk-around, full tech breakdown, full performance experience. Everything you need to know before you consider spending $230,000 on the most legendary sports car nameplate in automotive history. I want to ask you a question right now, and I want you to think about it while we go through this review. As the world moves toward fully electric performance cars, is the 2026 Porsche 911 Turbo S the last truly great analog driving experience you can buy brand new? By the end of this video, you will have your answer. Let's go. Let's start right here at the front of the 911 Turbo S, and I need you to pay attention to what Porsche did with this 2026 update, because the changes are subtle, but every single one of them matters. The new Matrix-LED headlights are sharper, more precise, and they now include a new adaptive high beam system that individually controls 1,024 separate LED pixels. Standing in front of this car at night feels like standing in front of a spacecraft. The front bumper has been redesigned with larger active air intakes, and I want to stress the word active. Porsche's aerodynamic system automatically opens and closes these vents based on cooling demand and downforce requirements. The car is thinking about aerodynamics so you don't have to, and right in the center, that Porsche crest. Simple, timeless. For over 70 years, that badge has meant one thing: the best driver's car money can buy. The 2026 Turbo S is continuing that tradition. You can feel the heritage just standing in front of it. Walk around to the side, and this is honestly one of the most perfect automotive silhouettes ever drawn. The 911's shape has barely changed in 60 years, and that's not because Porsche is lazy. It's because they got it right the first time. That fastback roofline, those dramatically flared rear haunches sitting over the 305 wide rear tires, those 21-inch center-locking wheels center-locking, like a race car in satin platinum finish. This car is wide, low, purposeful. It looks planted even standing still. Now come around to the rear, and this is where it gets dramatic. The 2026 Turbo S has the new active rear wing, and let me show you something. At speed, this wing automatically extends and angles itself for maximum downforce. Right now in the parking lot, watch this. I'm pressing the sport button and there it goes. The wing rises up like it's ready to go to war. 4 exhaust tips, perfectly round, perfectly centered. And the sound that comes out of them, we'll get to that. But just visually, this rear end is aggressive, confident, and absolutely unmistakable. There is no other car on Earth that looks like a 911 from behind. Open the door, and you step into what Porsche calls the cockpit. Not a cabin, not an interior, a cockpit. And the moment you sit in this seat, you understand why. Everything is angled toward the driver. The center console, the gauge cluster, even the air vents, all tilted slightly toward you. This car was designed by people who believe the driver is the most important person in any car, and it shows in every single design decision. The sport seats are spectacular, 18-way adjustable, with heating, ventilation, and side bolsters that tighten when you enter a corner. When you're pushing this car hard, the seat is physically holding you in place. The steering wheel is a work of art, flat bottom, with the GT Sport mode selector built right in. 3 spokes perfectly sized, wrapped in leather that feels like it was made specifically for your hands. Now, the rear seats. I'll be honest with you, they exist, they are there, they are technically usable for short trips. But this is a driver's car, and everyone in it knows that the front seat is the only seat that matters. The Porsche 911 Turbo S is not trying to be everything for everyone. It's trying to be perfect for one person, the driver. Now let's talk technology, because a lot of purists worry that modern Porsches are becoming too tech-heavy, too digital, too disconnected. Let me address that right now. The 2026 911 Turbo S has a 10.9-inch central touchscreen running the latest Porsche communication management system. And this is genuinely one of the best infotainment systems in any car, full stop. Fast, logical, no lag, completely intuitive. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard. Over-the-air updates keep everything current. The fully digital 12.3-inch driver display is completely customizable. You can set it to show traditional analog-style gauges or a full performance data layout showing G-forces, tire temperatures, and lap times in real time. But here is where Porsche does something that nobody else does, the Porsche Track Precision app. Connect your phone and the car records a complete data overlay of every drive. Speed, braking points, acceleration, lateral g-forces, all mapped onto video of your drive. This is professional racing telemetry, available to anyone who buys this car. The BOSE surround sound system is outstanding. The 14-speaker setup fills the cabin beautifully, but honestly, with this engine, you'll want the windows down and the sound system off. And now, the reason every single person clicked on this video. What is actually going on under that rear lid? The 2026 Porsche 911 Turbo S is powered by a 3.7-liter twin-turbocharged flat-six engine, the legendary Porsche Boxer engine, mounted in the rear, producing 650 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. That is 30 more horsepower than the previous generation. Through an 8-speed PDK dual-clutch transmission, one of the greatest gearboxes ever built, to all four wheels via Porsche's incredibly sophisticated all-wheel drive system. 0 to 60 miles per hour, 2.6 seconds, 2.6. This car reaches highway speed before you finish reading this sentence. Quarter mile, 10.4 seconds. That puts it in the same conversation as cars costing twice as much. Top speed, 205 miles per hour. But the numbers, as insane as they are, still don't tell the full story. Because what makes this engine truly special is not what it produces, it's how it produces it. The power delivery is linear, progressive, and incredibly communicative. The car talks to you through the steering, through the seat, through the throttle. You always know exactly what the car is doing. That connection, that communication between car and driver, is what people mean when they say analog. And in 2026, that feeling is becoming increasingly rare. I drove the 2026 Porsche 911 Turbo S for 3 days. City streets, canyon roads, highway cruising, and one very memorable stretch of empty California road where I may have briefly discovered what 180 miles per hour feels like. Briefly. In normal mode, genuinely comfortable. The PASM active suspension soaks up city roads better than you would ever expect from a car this low and this stiff-looking. The steering is light and precise. The PDK gearbox swaps cogs so smoothly you forget it's happening. You could commute in this car daily with zero complaints. Switch to sport mode on a canyon road and everything sharpens. The throttle response is immediate. The PDK holds gears longer, downshifts with a bark of exhaust. The steering loads up and gives you real, honest steering feel that tells you exactly where the front tires are and exactly how much grip you have left. That feeling is priceless. Let's talk money and competition, and then I'll give you my final verdict. The 2026 Porsche 911 Turbo S starts at $229,850. Fully optioned with the carbon ceramic brakes, the Burmester sound system, the Sport Chrono package, and the lightweight package, you're looking at $247,000 to $255,000 out the door. Who are you comparing it against at this price? The Ferrari Roma at $230,000, beautiful car, but the 911 Turbo S is faster and more practical. The Lamborghini Huracan EVO at $270,000, more dramatic, but the Porsche destroys it in real-world usability. The AMG GT63 S we reviewed last week, incredible four-door, but a completely different kind of performance experience. Nothing at this price point offers what the 911 Turbo S offers. Nothing. Final verdict, and I mean this sincerely, the 2026 Porsche 911 Turbo S is not just a great car. It is a landmark car. In an era where analog driving experiences are disappearing, replaced by silent electric motors and artificial sound effects, the 911 Turbo S stands as proof that the internal combustion engine, done right, is still the most emotionally satisfying way to move through the world at speed. Is this the last great analog supercar under $250,000? I think it might be, and if it is, then you owe it to yourself to experience it before that era is gone forever. UC Car Review strongest recommendation of 2026. I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe, you know why.